From the Post-Millennial, federal judge blocks Trump administration from removing criminal illegal immigrants to third-party nation South Sudan. While I think that's kind of hilarious, like the idea of just sending to South Sudan.
Let's go.
We'll get into it. A federal judge has ordered the Trump administration to maintain custody of criminal illegal immigrants who were allegedly flown to South Sudan. Judge Brian Murphy held an emergency hearing Tuesday and issued an order instructing the administration to maintain custody and control of class members currently being removed to South Sudan or to any other third country to ensure the practical feasibility of return if the court finds that such removals were unlawful. At least a dozen migrants were reportedly deported to South Sudan this week, including illegal immigrants from Myanmar, Vietnam, and Mexico, despite a standing court order restricting removals to third countries. Attorneys representing the migrants told the court that immigration authorities have sent people from various countries to Africa, potentially violating a prior ruling that guarantees migrants a meaningful opportunity to argue that deportation to a country other than their homeland would endanger their safety. Look, I'm all for sending people back to their countries of origin, but if their countries of origin won't take them, we've talked about this, where are they supposed to go? Personally, I think they should go to Gitmo.
Yeah, Gitmo's good.
Because it's, it's U.S. Technically, it's U.S. territory. There's an indefinite lease on that property, and it's nice there. It's warm. They don't have to worry about air, keeping it cool or whatever.
That's why Trump wanted Greenland. Maybe he just wanted to ship them all.
Yeah, I want to ship them all that. Well, here's the deal, right?
Greenland is harder than the Caribbean, though, because you have to heat it. You don't have to keep the Caribbean cold.
So here's the deal. Like, when you think about what Trump is doing here, at least the way that I perceive it, is he's throwing out these flyers, these kites, right? Saying, what can we actually do? In this specific case, these people that were sent to South Sudan were all convicted of very heinous crimes in the United States. And their reason was pretty simple. They said, we have a history of these countries not wanting to take them back. So if you can imagine, if someone was convicted of a terrible, horrible, awful crime, and they're like, we're going to send them back to you, buddy. You're like, nah, we're good. We don't want them. And so by using this, going around this federal district judge, which, by the way, I agree with what has been said on the show before. I think it's unconstitutional that these district judges are putting these injunctions that are universal. I think that that's garbage nonsense. So I'm glad that the Trump administration is defying this federal judge and saying, all right, here's this test case. These terrible, awful people, South Sudan said they would take them. It's way less expensive than sending them to Gitmo. I like the idea of Gitmo, but it's expensive to operate Gitmo. So I like this because it's like, all right, your move now. Are you going to beg to have convicted rapists and murderers sent back to American soil? I mean, we just saw the story of the 11 people breaking out of jail, right, in Louisiana. I mean, hey, would you want those people back on the streets? They're not even American citizens. So I just love the idea of what Trump's doing here.
I saw people were betting on the order in which they're all being returned because like 5 of them have been caught.
Yeah, they're catching.
Oh, you're talking about
the New Orleans.
The
New Orleans 11.
South Sudan, basically, the police spokesperson said if they're not South Sudanese, they're going to be deported back to their country. So we're going to send them there, who just had a huge famine back in 2023.
Yeah.
Millions displaced, and then they're going to send them back to where they came from.
I'm sending them to South Sudan. I mean, I don't understand why, with the point of that country, why the administration sent to that country.
Scare tactics, maybe?
I mean,
you're going to go to a place with no food?
Maybe.
I wouldn't be surprised if we found out that there was some type of agreement, some type of handshake saying like, hey, we're going to send these resources over or you do this for us, which I'm all for. I mean, again, this is the purview of the executive office. And I think that's why I like what Trump and the admin is doing is they're testing the bounds and limitations. And I'm all for it, man. At the end of the day, people are here without permission legally. And actually, after they've committed heinous crimes on American soil, to argue that they should be able to stay here for some reason is absurd. So I think that ultimately this is going to have to go up to a higher court, Supreme Court. But I think that the Trump administration's moves on this make perfect sense, and it's within their purview. But The South Sudan thing, I think, is just to like be a little bit extreme to make a point.
It's kind of like they're holding, it's in a weird way, it's like they're able to hold the country hostage in a way. So Mexico can hold the country hostage by having violent offenders who came here illegally, then commit crimes here, and then not take them back. And then you don't have any recourse because you've made it a political issue in your own country, and there's no good answer to any of that.
Well, Yemen is one of the least safest countries in the world. So we can just send them there. And
Yemen?
Yes, what it says. And 2024 ranked as the most unsafe country.
Unsafe.
Scare them, yes.
Unsafe.
Unsafe.
Yeah, there's a lot of
We got to send them somewhere.
rebels going on.
I don't think
Scare 'em out.
I don't think that's going to work out.
And, well, go home or go to Yemen. What do you want?
Maybe
Well, the thing is, their countries of origin don't want them.
That's what I mean.
Likely criminals, and they don't care.
Suck it up. You're going to Yemen, bro.
I don't know that the Yemenis would allow us to land, so we'd have to launch them.
We'll teach them how to fly. We'll give them parachutes.
We shoot missiles at the Yemenis regularly, so I think that they might get killed on the descent.
I just looked up the most dangerous ones.
Maybe what happens is the CIA starts taking really, really bad American criminals and sending them over the border to other countries, and then they'll commit crimes there, and then we won't take them back when they try to send them back to us.
You think we're not?
And then we'll say, see how you like it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've said this a bunch of times. I don't care where they go at all.
Sure.
Get them out.
Yep.
Like if you're a criminal, like get them out. I don't care where we send them at all. But I do think that the best option is Gitmo.
Yeah.
I mean,
If we got like 30,000 there? Sorry to interrupt. About 30,000? How big is it?
I don't know what the capacity is. I have no idea.
Check it out.
This is also an issue to hold up any type of policy making in America because of the kind of suicidal empathy of liberalism has now created an issue where the average person, and remember, like half this country doesn't vote anyways and doesn't pay super close attention to politics, and they look at something like this and they say, Trump is sending people to Sudan who aren't from Sudan, and it looks awful to people that don't understand what's going on. So it is a way, in effect, to hold the country hostage by not allowing you to deport people who have proven themselves to be violent or a threat to the country.
Yeah, I mean, look, society, the U.S. has the right to say, look, you are not just breaking our laws, but you are causing problems in our society. You're violent. You don't want to play by the rules. You make it clear. You look at the way that a lot of these immigrants, particularly the gang members, the way that they behave, the way that they, flip off the camera when they get arrested, they swear that they're not going to be, they're like, I'll be out and I'm going to blah, blah, blah. They don't have any kind of desire for rehabilitation. It's always just like, oh, when I get out, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. So you've got to do something with them. And like I said, I don't care where they go, but I think that, forever in jail is perfectly fine. Like, you can't let these people out if they're swearing that they're going to continue to commit crimes and they're not going to do, they don't want to assimilate and they're going to keep doing this and that. You can't do anything with these people.
Yeah. And again, I think it's important for people to understand, though, that in this specific case, they're sending people that have already been convicted of heinous crimes in the United States. Yeah. And just from a functional standpoint, you send them back to their home country that doesn't want to take them, they're just going to release them. And then they're going to come back to the United States. And then they're going to do the thing. And again, long term, like under this administration, they're not coming back to the United States very easily. But there are people that still get through the border. Like, I know the numbers are way, 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 way down, like 95% or whatever, but people still get over. So it's like, why would we take someone that was convicted, keep them on American soil and spend American dollars when we can just send them over somewhere else? And that's, I think, what the administration's mindset is let's see how this can really play out, that if there's an appetite by the American people that say, yeah, we are supportive of this, I think that we continue to do it more. But if not, then we have to find other creative solutions. I
got a great idea. You know how they're crying about the immigrants not doing the strawberries or picking the farms? We can put them in jails, of course, but during the day they can pick the farms and get the strawberries.
We put chains on their legs. Bring back the chain gangs.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just don't trust them.
Solves two problems at once.
Yeah, I just don't trust them. I'd rather just get them out of here and hopefully again get some capitulation by some of these other nations.
I don't think people that are I think that the people that get to go into those jobs, like those people generally are not
low flight risk and all that.
Yeah, they're low flight risk. They're not likely
George Santos will go there.
George Santos should be free.
That's true.
He's way too funny. The Republicans in Congress, by booting him, they made a terrible move. They gave up a seat. They should be ashamed of themselves. They're all awful anyways. I hate almost.
I mean, but he did actually do what he was convicted of, right?
Yeah, but the Democrats wouldn't.
He was a naughty boy.
I mean, I'm bipartisan when it comes to to scummy politicians. I don't really care what happens to anyone.
No, I'm straight up whatever's going to make my side win now.
Yeah, we're at that point.
I don't care. Like the left literally embraced communists. Like they've embraced leftists that will destroy the country. So whatever we need to do to make sure that they lose.
Well, you better have gotten like one of his cameos. He had a cameo for a while. You should have paid for
no,
it.
Happy birthday, Phil cameo from George Santos.
I don't need that.
If he's still got one in jail, I'll buy that for him.
Hey, you go check it out.
Great for the show. Man. Good content.
That would be hilarious. Someone should get it. Someone in the viewing audience should
like you're gonna
cameo from George Santos.
The day you have your kid, you're gonna get a video from George Santos.
Oh, God.
Oh, there you go.
Congratulations.
Welcome to the world,
that might
little
be
baby.
terrible. That might be terrible. So what do you guys think? Did we just send them off to South Sudan and hope that they take them, or hope they can stay, or what?
Yeah, I mean, I think again, there is some type of agreement. I don't think we're just going in under cover of night and just randomly dropping them off somewhere. If we were, I'd still actually be in favor of that. But I think that there's some type of agreement of like, hey, we're going to bring these people over here. And I imagine, because this is how it went with El Salvador. Like, it wasn't just like, oh, we'll take them for free. There's something in the deal for them. And one of the good things is that it helps strengthen our relationship with them. So, yeah, I'm for it, man. I say send more of them, especially, again, unequivocal people that have been convicted in the United States for horrendous crimes. Send them all, man. Get them out of here.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.